I got to go to New York recently to visit my best friend. And while I was there, she literally forced me to go thrifting. I really didn't think that I was going to go thrifting while in New York, but she forced me. And so I'm going to show you really quickly what it was like to thrift in New York. I just made it to one Goodwill and I only had about 45 minutes to shop, but I'll show you what it was like in there, and then I'll do a thrift haul for you and just kind of share my experiences of what it was like to thrift while on the road. Stay tuned.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park and I am a part-time reseller on the reselling platforms Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. There's a few others. And what that means is I like to purchase clothes for as cheap as possible and sell it on those various reselling platforms for as much money as I can. It's a great side hustle. It's a great way to make money from home. And if you love shopping, if you love fashion, if you love thrifting, this is the perfect side hustle for you. I have been on YouTube now for a little over 2 years, and I do have a course for resellers who have YouTube channels to help them grow their reselling channels. And if you're interested, I am actually going to be opening up that course. Again, I was kind of taking a break for the summer knowing that I'd be traveling a lot, but I am going to reopen the course for prospective students for the month of September, and enrollment for that will open up in August. So if you're interested, be on the lookout for that. I'll have a link down below too. But students who have taken the course prior, we're all in a Facebook group together, and we do like to try and do some sort of collaboration once a month. Now, truth be told, I did drop the ball. We skipped the month of June, but I will chalk it up as just trying to create more time and space for this month's collaboration. For this month, what we decided to do was everyone who is participating is going to go on some sort of trip, whether it's a road trip, whether it's a bigger trip like what I did in New York. And what we're going to do is thrift and see if we can pay for the trip by thrifting. I'm going to tell you right now, there is no way that I came even close to paying for this trip to New York with this one little thrift haul from visiting one thrift store for 45 minutes. It just wasn't possible. We spent so much money, even just on food alone. That was like the only way I got my husband to agree to go to New York in the first place, was just by luring him with all the Korean barbecue you could eat. And it does not come cheap. So there was no way I was going to actually be able to pay for the entire trip. Plus, we did a lot of like kind of more touristy things because, you know, my kids, they've been to New York before, but they're finally old enough to like fully soak it all in. And they got a lot of souvenirs. And what we realized was, although we packed super light, which is great, right? Like the kids shared a suitcase and my husband and I shared a suitcase. So between the four of us, we only took 2 suitcases. We quickly figured out that we were not going to be able to get everything home in those 2 suitcases. So on the last day, I walked to Nordstrom Rack, which was like 3 minutes from my hotel, and I picked up a suitcase for $99. So my take on this collaboration is going to be to see if I can take this from that one thrift store, from that one thrift trip, and see if I can pay for the additional suitcase that we had to buy while I was in New York. I'm pretty confident that I can. I'm just not confident that it can happen before this video comes out. So we'll see. But like I said, there are other people, other students from my YouTube course who are participating in this collaboration, and all of their videos will be linked down below. So definitely make sure that you check out their videos, because I think this is a really cool concept and a really cool way of life, you know, kind of travel, and along the way you can go thrifting and pick up stuff and try to sell it and see if you can cover the cost of your trip. Like, what a cool way to be able to travel. And I know that that's really the only reason I was able to schedule so many, you know, family vacations for my family and I this summer, is because of the fact that this is my side hustle. This is what I do. And so definitely check out those videos down below. But what I'll do is show you some footage of what it was like inside of that Goodwill, and then I will do the thrift haul. The Goodwill that my husband and I went to was in the Upper East Side, about 3 blocks away from where my best friend lived. Just as I suspected, the Goodwill store was a lot smaller than the ones in my area, and the prices were higher, like you saw with that $7.99 price point for pants. Dresses were like $13.99, and a lot of the items were marked up.
Madewell?
I don't even know what they're.
This is definitely women's.
I know.
Those are good. My husband actually found a good number of items. He is pretty good at knowing what brands are, you know, good for resell because he hears me talk about reselling so much. And here I am again on my own. I do stumble across a brand that I just don't find very often. This is Diesel. However, they wanted $19.99 for them, and I just didn't feel like it was worth that much. I know also that Diesel can be a hard sell when it comes to reselling, so I definitely left those behind. I do also stumble across these J brand jeans here, but again, you can see that they wanted $19.99 for them, which is pretty steep just because I know that it'd probably be pretty difficult to get even more than like $35 or $40 for those, and that's getting, you know, pretty lucky when it comes to J brand, depending on the style. This is a pair of jeans that I just saw said were made in Italy, so I was kind of intrigued, and I do take them off the hanger just so I can try and find a tag just in case there's something amazing. The brand is Ballerini. I'd never heard of it. I didn't run comps, but also I ran comps later and I couldn't find anything. Have you found anything amazing?
They're like $19.99.
Oh.
And what about this one?
I don't know if it's like worth $19.99.
You like that one? Don't you
Yeah,
like that?
but there's some puckering. Oh, it's a good brand though. Well, you can put back the rag rag and bone for sure. This one, maybe because they're new.
You want to look at it?
Yeah. Oh, keep that one. Yeah, that one can go. I'm gonna look at shoes. Sadly, shoes were marked at $9.99. Some of them were marked even higher than that, depending on the brand and condition. For me here, where I live in my town, I believe shoes are typically marked at like $4 or $5.99, depending again on the style and condition. And so, you know, if I had found something really exciting or amazing, I would have spent the $9.99 or even paid up a little bit. But sadly, I didn't really come across a single pair of shoes or boots that excited me on this trip. So while I didn't see any exciting brands in the shoe department, there were some brands that I came across pretty often at this Goodwill that I rarely see in the town that I live in because I live on a pretty small college town. One of those brands was Theory. This blazer that I'm looking at, this pinstripe blazer, it is by the brand Theory, which I know not everyone loves, but I typically do have pretty decent luck with it, so I pull it just to have a good look at it. This is a rack of, I think, like new stuff that they were getting ready to possibly put away, and you know, whenever they roll that new rack out at the Goodwill, you definitely want to check it out. But I did come across a lot of Theory. I came across a lot of Rag & Bone. I came across a lot of Adriano Goldschmied. So it was a lot of brands that I typically get pretty excited about here in my small Midwestern town, but they had them, you know, in plenty at this Goodwill, just not all in the greatest condition, and a lot of them, you know, priced up pretty high. I've been on a denim kick lately, and one of my favorite denim brands is Everlane. It's a great company, and I know that they have an actual Everlane store in Soho in New York, so I wasn't surprised to find a good amount of Everlane at this Goodwill. That being said, this particular pair had a lot of stains on the front and on the back, and then I did come across another beautiful white pair of jeans, but again, upon closer inspection, the stains are kind of hard to see, but they're there, and white is always just so tricky. I just assume that there's something wrong with them. Next, I go into the dress section. They are $14. There's me thrifting with a beautiful blazer in hand. I didn't film a lot in the dress section, but I do show you this beautiful 100% silk Theory blouse with crazy pit stains, so I did have to leave it behind, unfortunately. And you know, I think people assume in New York everyone dresses amazingly and only wears high-end brands, but there's Boohoo and Kohl's and Walmart brands. This is an Anthro top. The brand is Florit or Floriat, I'm not quite sure. It's gorgeous, but the price tag was just too high. This pair of shoes I looked into just because, again, made in Italy. They were not worth very much, so I left them behind. And we finish up in another dress section of the store. Again, nothing too crazy here. A lot of just normal brands that you would find even in small Midwestern towns, but it was a really great time thrifting, and I'm glad you were able to come with me. All right, so let's go through the few items that I did pick up. I have my receipt somewhere. Where did Where did you go? The receipt was literally next to me for the past like few days. And of course, now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. That's okay. I remember how much I paid for everything. I don't remember the total, but I'll tell you how much each item came out to. So the first piece that I'll show you is by the brand Yumi Kim. Her pieces are often sold at Anthropologie. They're also sold, I want to say, at places like Nordstrom and stuff. I think they're even sold on online boutiques like Revolve and Shopbop. You know, there's a bunch of those different sites. It's a really great brand, and she makes beautiful pieces. So I found this dress, and I was pretty hesitant to pick it up because at this particular Goodwill, they price their dresses at $13.99, which is insane. But I looked up comps, and it looked like, you know, they were kind of all over the place, but anywhere between $50 and $100. So I was like, you know what? I'll take a chance on it. I believe it's called the Island Time dress. I cannot hold it. But I loved it because I loved like the wrap detail. And then I also loved this tie here on the front. I'll also show you a stock picture because this just in my hands is not really doing this justice. But I thought it was really beautiful, and it's in a size large. I do have it listed for $75. And the best part is when I took it up to the register, he actually rang it up as a blouse. And so it only rang out to $7.99 versus $13.99. And I will take that all day, every day, because that's amazing. I don't know why this is so expensive. I think it's 100% viscose. Like, but hey, I'm not here to judge. All right, this next piece my husband found, and in fact, like I showed in the video, he found so many great pieces. The prices just weren't right. If they were priced a lot lower, oh my God, I would have picked up those things in a heartbeat. But he did find these. These are Adriana Goldschmied, which I know a lot of people are like,
it doesn't sell as well anymore.
But I still get really excited about it. And it's the Farrah 70s bell-bottom style. They are from Bloomingdale's, and they are new with tags. They retailed for $168. They were made in the USA, size 28. They are also high rise, which I like. And they just have a really big bell bottom at the bottom, which this fad of like, you know, the trend of the big bell bottom, the return of the 90s from the 70s. Like, I feel like it's not as huge as it was, but hopefully these will still do pretty well for me. I have these listed. I don't remember for how much. I will show you right here. But yeah, hoping that these do well for me. And I definitely paid the most for these. I paid $19.99. They did price these up, so I'm hoping that my gamble paid off. The next thing is another piece that my husband found. It was this pair of Madewell pants in a size 26. Honestly, I could keep these. They are not necessarily, well, I think these are my new size now that I've just gone up a few sizes thanks to COVID. These are from fall of 2017, which is a little bit older. I did still price these at $50 though. I think they're called like the Langford pants. They're this cropped wide leg pant. And I do like this panel down here. I thought those were really cute. So I have them priced at $50. These are also basically high-waisted. And I'm hoping that these will do really well. They do already have a few likes, so we'll see what happens. My husband also found these. And this is just such a great brand. The brand is Mountain Hardwear. It is an outdoor activewear brand, similar to Cool. And these are a women's size 12. So that was really exciting. It would have been great if they were a men's piece, because I think that would have done even better, but that's okay. They do have this kind of like drawstring feature at the waist. And they also have it at the ankles, as you can see, if I can find, yeah. There it is. They have just this like pull type thing at the ankle as well. But they're like a soft shell pant. They have really deep pockets, and they have zippered pockets as well. They're just perfect for, I don't know, I feel like they're better, honestly, for like the winter. You could wear like regular pants or leggings underneath it, but you could also just wear them while out hiking or different things of that nature. They are, you know, kind of heavy and thick, so I feel like if you were hiking in the summer, I don't know if these are the kinds of pants that you'd want to wear, but these we were able to get for $7.99, and I think I have them listed for $40. The last thing that I picked up to resell, and then I'll show you what I have just that I picked up for myself. I thought this was beautiful. There was so much theory at this Goodwill, but theory, while it does retail for a ton, it doesn't resell that well. If it were priced lower, I may have picked some of it up to send into ThredUp or something like that, but it was just priced too high for ThredUp and also too high for me to probably make much of a profit when it came to, you know, Poshmark and eBay and those kinds of platforms. But this was one piece that I thought was just stunning and I thought could maybe just do pretty well. So this is Theory, and this is the newer Theory tag. It's a size 4, and it's this beautiful, they call it the floral jacquard writing jacket. So you can see the print. It is just gorgeous, and it's all throughout. I don't know, I just think it's so beautiful. There are a few of these on Poshmark and eBay right now, and they're priced anywhere between like $100 to like $250. I don't think that there were any in a size 4, so I went ahead and priced mine at $200. Now, the upsetting thing is that there are also some solds for like $25 or like $30, but everything that's currently listed is in that like $100 to $250 range. And like I said, because mine is the only one that is in a size 4, I just went ahead and listed it for $200. We'll see what happens. I'll honestly probably take anything north of like $100, and I paid, I want to say $13.99 for this. So I was really happy with that. I think it's beautiful. I do think I'll probably have to hold on to it for a little bit of time just because it is such a standout piece and it doesn't work for everyone. Not everyone feels comfortable in something so bold and extravagant and loud, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. The last thing I just picked up for myself, it's just such a whatever brand. The brand is Original Use. I believe this is Target. It's a size extra small, and I believe this is a men's shirt, but it's just this really cute tie-dye shirt. There are a few flaws on it. There's like this pen mark right here, if you can see that. And then there's also just some stains like on the sleeves and stuff. So I don't really care. I'm just gonna wear it to lounge around in. I think I paid $7.99 for this. I just thought it was cute. So the point is to see if I can make at least $100 profit from these items to cover that new suitcase that we bought. And listen, we need a new suitcase anyway. We only have the 2, and at some point we're gonna be going on trips where that's just not gonna cut it. My kids are eventually gonna get older and wear bigger clothes, and they're gonna need their own suitcases. So we do need new suitcases, and it's a pretty decent suitcase. It's by the brand Travel Pro, and it's one of those like 360 wheel ones where, you know, it's really easy to move around and carry with you. It's lightweight, so it was a good purchase, but I still wanna be able to pay for it with, you know, this thrift trip that I was able to take while in New York. So if I was able to sell through any of this stuff before sitting down to edit this video, I will insert that clip now. I am actually inside my garage right now. We're about to do a garage sale here in a couple days, and that is prep work that is starting. So if you want to see more about the garage sale, that video will be coming out next week. But I realized I did not hop on and tell you how I did with the items that I thrifted from New York and whether or not I was able to earn enough profit to pay for the suitcase that I had to buy to bring home my, what is it, like 6 thrifted items. I have so far sold 1 of those items. They've been listed since I think the day after we got back from New York, if not maybe the day after that. And I've sold 1 pair of jeans. It was the New with Tags AG Adriana Goldschmied, like the Farrah bootcut jeans. They sold for $64.90. I don't remember off the top of my head what my profit was. I think it was like $36.40 or something like that. Obviously, that is not enough to cover the $100 price tag of that suitcase, but we'll get there. I think that I will for sure get there. A few of the items that I did pick up were more long tail items. I do think that, for example, that Theory blazer needs to find the right buyer. The Mountain Hardwear pants, for example, it's not really the right season. So, you know, it's okay that things haven't sold as quickly as I would like for them to, but I think we'll get there, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So don't forget that this video was in collaboration with a bunch of other really great resellers with wonderful YouTube channels. Their channels will be linked down below, so make sure that you go ahead and check those out. I will link that playlist actually right here in the cards, and I'll have that linked in the description as well. And if you were sent here from someone else's channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.